Hello, my name is Kamal Hassan, and today I'm presenting about the use and the importance of having IT policy or information policy evaluation tool to help the organization knows exactly how our current policy are capable of protecting our IT infrastructure and assets. So I will start with the evaluating or giving an overview of the benefits that we are gaining out of our current evaluation tool. First, the our current evaluation tool helps us examine the IT policy effectiveness and relevance. So without that tool, our organization cannot precisely know where it stands in that manner. So also it defines the values of the policy itself in terms of details. Also, it examines the compliance adherence, both compliance with state and local policies and standards. It helps the organization to establish documenting policy related updates and concerns. Also, it validates the value provided by the policy, whether they're accurate or not. It helps the organization to to plan and implement future policy enhancements. Um, Also, it helps our organization to achieve the envisioned objectives. So at this point, we can use this tool to see whether or not we are reaching or we are on the right tracks for achieving the objective sets by the IT policy. And lastly, it helps identify barriers and challenges on how to improve the current policy. So, based on careful evaluation, the several strengths and weaknesses are identified on the current evaluation tool. For the strengths, it is simple to evaluate what's the criteria by scale grading. Also, it maintains a focused approach for evaluation, so it is, its scope is well defined. Also, it has multiple areas of IT items and stakeholders. So the current tool has the ability to check for the involvement of all stakeholders that's involved in the IT policies. And lastly, the current tool has a good flexibility level. So on the weakness side, it has been identified that it does not examine multiple site IT policy. It's known that our organization runs from multiple sites, headquarters nationwide and globally. So our current evaluation tool does not examine for that. Second, it does not provide manuals. So it's recommended that for the manual for the IT policy includes sub policies for each department, for example, or each area of interest. Also, it's like checking for the strategic policy nature, and specifically, it does not check the strategic platform that our IT infrastructure should be set to be aligned with the business objective. Also, it has limited scale items. So currently, the evaluation tool utilizes only a 5 items scale, which is not what sufficient enough to have a good level of granularity to evaluate in a precise manner. And lastly, it lacks the data classification requirement. So for our organization, we do have public data and classified data. So our current tool does not have ability to exactly evaluate how to operate with those groups based on the classification law. So those the recommendation listed here are based and built according to the weaknesses identified. So it's recommended that to add more criterion items, uh, also include a policy manual to give more details and more classification for the IT policy, and check for those items, plus checking for disaster recovery and business continuity plan, because those two items are very effective in adding a strategic nature to the IT policy. So the evaluation tool needs to be enhanced to check for such kind of strategic nature. Also, it's recommended that to enhance the skill utilized to give more granularity. Also examine for data classification with the policy. So the new tool utilized and it shows a chart to the right that includes the evaluation tool after those recommendations are added to the previous evaluation tool. And as it shows over here, wherever you see a bar, a white one, that's mean that that criteria is not existing, and that's a good indication that uh, like send a signal to the stockholders that's assigned and decision makers to enhance the policy based on those bars. The white bars that has like a 10 or 9 evaluation, that means the tool is has evaluated this criteria as met, and the other one, it's either uh, completely not met or something in between. So the visualization that's provided by those charts can give pretty good idea about how to enhance the IT policy to move forward. So the change that's added to the evaluation tool are the 10 item scale utilization. This the current tool is utilizing 10 items scale instead of 5. Also, it has multiple policy items to be added, and also it ensures that the IT infrastructure is well protected by the current policy, and also it examines the alignment with the regulation, whether the regulation is like state regulation or governmental regulations, or even local company standards that needs to be adhered. So the effect of the recommended change can be summarized in it has it added more precise criteria scoring. Also, it advanced evaluation for more precision, it examines for the strategic nature through checking of the business continuity and disaster recovery plans. Also, it checks for sub policies. That's for different items, different groups of IT or human site. Also, it introduced the capability of assessment, recovery time objective, and recovery point objective. By capability assessment, um, this evaluation tool provide if it used correctly, it can provide a very clear picture about um, our current IT infrastructure capabilities, and also it provides a clear picture of um, about how long, in case of a disaster, that's the company can revert back to be online. And also it gives a good recovery point objective, which is can be defined as the amount of data that can be lost due to any disaster without having our IT and our business collapse. So the new tool, the new enhanced tool has been used to evaluate relatively new IT policies for 2 universities and 1 health institute. So the new tool has been used to evaluate the IT policy for University of Rochester, University of Mary Washington, and National Institute of Health. And it happens that there's low score are included for the 4 items. That's as it shows, as it appears here in this chart. It's clearly show that the University of Rochester current IT policy is missing all of the items that listed at the bottom and added for the previous evaluation tool. So it's all missing. However, it is important to mention that the say, for example, the multiple site policies, if the institute does not have like multiple sites, or it's not running out of multiple offices, it's scattered nationwide or globally. So if having a white bar, which is like indicates that the criteria does not meet, that does not indicate that the policy is not good. It's just the item cannot is inapplicable. It cannot be applied to that thing. But in general, it is the this evaluation tool is more effective than the previous one. So the so the strategic value added in this in this by this evaluation tool, that it ensures that strategic value is involved, which is so crucial to have it in any evaluation tool. And also it ensures that alignment between IT assets and infrastructure and business objectives. So this tool examines very precisely in that area. And also the aligned and also that alignment require an accurate IT policy establishment. So it is so crucial to have an IT policy that's is aligned with the with business objective and goals. And also it is so crucial to focus on disaster recovery and business continuity plans. So this is the references that's used to create this PowerPoint presentation, and this is Appendix A, which include the whole the whole items that's added to this tool. And this is the appendix to see when the new enhanced tool is used to evaluate policy, our current policy, and the items here are those are the charts for this one is for University of Rochester, and this one for University of Mary Washington, and this for the Institute of Health. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day.